And whoever I talk to, I ask the same question. Do you have a dream? Quick anecdote. I'm talking to a preschool student. There's preschoolers and kindergartners, about 100. You could imagine how wild the room is, right? So I'm there, and there's probably 150 students, and they're in a group. I said, how many of you guys have a dream, right? And it's little kids, and they're like, they're moving. I said, how many of you have a dream? And their hands shoot up like this. I'm like, nice. I'm like, what's your dream? I'm like, hold on to it. So I'm talking and I'm delivering, my message. And for young people, I kind of do it in music, right? I say dream. D is for desire, and R is for resilience, and E is for excellence, and A is for ambition, and M is for motivation, because this is how we dream, but we dream big. B-I-G, believe in greatness. Oh, y'all can come. Right? So I'm hype. I'm giving them good energy. I'm like, yeah, dream big, dream big. So I'm talking to the preschoolers, and a young guy, he's feeling it, right? He's like in the front, and he's watching me he's like, yeah, that's it. He's feeling it, right? And he gets up in the middle of me like talking and doing my thing. I'm walking this way, and he gets up out of nowhere and just starts going like this. He's flying. I'm like, I'm trying to talk to all the students, and he's in his own, he's not even looking at me. He's like, yeah, all right. And he's flying just like this. I'm like, you gonna stop? And he's like, And so eventually I call him. I'm like, man, his energy is different, right? There's teachers on the side, and they're like, I'm so sorry. Don't worry about him. I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, let him go, right? So he's flying, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, okay, I kind of see it, but I'm talking about dreams. And I look at him, he's doing it, and I'm like, come up, and I have him come up. I'm like, so what's that about? And I'm thinking maybe he's gonna be like, he's flying, because I'm talking about them. I'm like, I need you to own your dream, become it. So he's doing this, I'm thinking like a jet or something, right? And then I'm noticing it's a plane. Right? So I'm saying, what's your dream? So I'm saying, oh, he wants to be come on, College Core family. That's it. One more time. He wants to be So I'm like, oh, he wants to be a pilot. So he gets up and I give him the mic. I'm like, oh, you want to be a pilot? He goes, mm-mm. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, College Core family, he goes, I want to be a plane. I said, say that one more time, just one more time. He said, I want to be a plane. I was like, oh, because the pilot, I'm like, he's young. The pilot drives the plane. He said, I want to be a plane. I was like, okay. College Core family, that was the last day I spoke to preschoolers. And I learned something about my journey. I said, I got to be specific with these dream things. And depending on who I'm talking to, I got to make sure that the action steps are right, because these kids take this thing literally. But I tell you that story because on my journey, this speaking journey, I want to get real. Can I get real for a moment? You can say, yeah. Can I get real for a moment? Yeah. Can I get real for a moment? On my journey as an entrepreneur, as an individual I'm from Sacramento, California. I grew up literally 10, 15 minutes away from here. And at this point in my stage in my life, I'm like, yeah, I've done some things. Like, it's cool. Like, being a best-selling author by 26 was amazing. Running your own business is an amazing thing. Being a 3-sport athlete at a Division I university is amazing. I love all these accomplishments, but one of the things that I'm learning, especially from this stage along the way, is like, it's easy to share your successes. How many of you are with me? It's easy to share what you've done well. The real stuff is like, hey, when did life take you by the neck and throw you out the window, and you were like, yo, what am I gonna do? What opportunities, what situations have happened in your life that have really shaped you? And I want to tell you guys honestly, I'm in high school and I'm getting ready to go to college. I don't know where I'm going to go. And I played sports. At the time, I was on a football team. And so you guys remember SATs back in high school? So I'm getting ready. It's a Friday. And I'm telling you this because I think there's value. So I'm studying. The SATs are on Saturday. I have a football game on Saturday as well. So I'm studying for the test. And I'm at home. But all week at home, we live in a 2-bedroom apartment. It's me and my mom. And that week, our apartment had a mice infestation, right? So I'm at home, and every day at night when I'm studying, I'm like, doing my thing, but it would bother me. Because at night I would hear the mice in the wall, and they would like, and they'd fly through the wall, left and right, all around my room. It would, College Court family, I'm telling you, it would tear me up inside. And it wasn't because I was scared of mice. It was because of what it made me feel like. If you're with me, say yeah. So it made me feel less than. I'm going to a great high school, and I'm thinking to myself, I know no one else is dealing with stuff like this at home. But it's my truth. So I'm up studying, and there's mice in the walls, and I'm like, this is crazy, man. Like, this isn't cool. It got to the point where my mom would come out, and she's like, she sees the dark spots under my eyes because I didn't go to sleep that week because when I would go to sleep, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I just got to get to school because this is wild. It got so real. I got frustrated with my mom, and I'm telling you this for the first time because I want to get real with y'all. I got frustrated with my mom because I'm like, why are we in these conditions? Not knowing she's doing the very best that she could. So that night on Friday, I have a game on Saturday. I have the SATs on Saturday. I'm studying. And my mom comes out of the room. I'm studying, and I'm hearing the mice, and I'm like, man, frustrated tears. Not scared tears, but frustrated. My mom sees it. She sees the dark bags under my eyes. She says, come on, let's go. We hop in the car. We drive like 10 minutes away, and we go to a local Denny's. It's open late at night. Y'all know that? Denny's open late at night. So we get into the Denny's. We sit down. I get to order. I'm a breakfast guy. I love like omelets, like pancakes. I could eat that all day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I get to order my meal. We didn't have really the dough for it. My mom was like, order anything you want. Bring your books, though. I brought my books. So I got to eat the omelet, and I studied that night. The next day, I go to school. I got to take the SAT, finish the SAT, go play in the game, finish the game with 2 touchdowns, 150 yards, 6 catches, balled out, right? But hear me. 4 months later, I get accepted to Princeton University. Yeah, talk to me. I'm telling you this story because even at this moment in my life right now, there's going to be situations, circumstances, and events where we have to depend on other people more than we depend on ourselves. Y'all with me? I don't know who's with me, but I'm going to tell my truth. There's going to be situations, circumstances, and events where you cannot just depend on you and you alone. Many times we come to events and circumstances and situations like this, but we're walking in with baggage that we would tell no one. Right? But here's what I want to say to you. Here's what I want to say to you, College Court family. This is what I learned about having a dream. There's 4 V's to having a dream. The first V is your vision. The second V is your village. The third V is the valleys. And the fourth V is the value.